Hello, everybody. Today is Tuesday, August 29th, 2023. And you are in here for today for Survivor Circle. Hello, Maria. How are you today?
I'm
Looking
good.
bright and sunny down there.
It's a whole big difference from last week when it was 105 and I
Oh,
was
wait.
sweating.
There you go.
Whole big difference
I'm,
today.
oh, God. I feel for you. I just don't think I could handle that much heat.
But now you had
So
some pretty
glad.
good storms rolling through about the time that we was having that heat, didn't you?
Well, it was one of those funny things. I got some rain and some lightning, but well, there was a tornado maybe 20 miles north of here, and most of the damage was up north of me, a little bit north of me. But here it was just really, really, really loud lightning,
Yeah.
and everything else just kind of moved. It's one of those things that just kind of moved around us. Hey,
The good thing.
we needed the rain. We needed the rain. We got plenty of rain. It just didn't seem that bad. The forecast kept saying, "Look out, look out," and I kept looking out, and dude, it's just raining.
20 miles
But
north of
that
you,
was low. That was here. Yes.
they were
Yeah.
ducking for cover.
Yeah. A friend of ours had a big tree fell on her house,
Ugh.
totaled her car.
Oh my
It
goodness.
it was a big old oak with like 18-inch branches
Mm-hmm.
went right down the middle of her car.
Oh man.
I said, that's a total.
I did see some pictures this weekend because some of it came into northern Kentucky and
Mhm.
over in parts of Louisville, and I got to see some pictures of a tree that fell on a police car, and she was in the car,
Oh
but
my
it didn't
God.
hurt her. It just
Uh-huh.
pinned her in it to where they had to cut her out. But it was a huge tree.
Wow. We're talking about trees.
Oh yeah,
We were talking. When were we talking?
I think
Saturday?
it's,
Was it Saturday?
I
For
think it was
Friday?
right. Hmm.
No, no, wait a minute. It was like it was after the show. So it might have
Okay.
been Wednesday or Thursday. Who knows? Last week we were talking,
Yeah, there you go.
and I was talking about I'd been having this dream of these trees,
Hmm.
these giant sycamore trees back on the Elk River when I was a kid, down by the river. They were humongous. And there was this old one that was old and mostly dead. And I said, I swear it had to be 100 feet tall. And I always wanted to climb that tree.
Hmm.
Okay. But I mean, it's a smooth bark tree. It's like 8 feet in diameter. And the first branches were probably 40, 50 feet up in the air. So the chance of a bunch of kids climbing that one weren't really high. Okay.
Right.
But I keep thinking about that tree. There was that one, and there was another one where we docked the boat when we were up the river, and
Hmm.
another one on past that. They were giants, absolutely giant sized. And the next, or was it Saturday? Was it Saturday or Sunday? Saturday. So Saturday on my Facebook feed. This was on. We were on Instant Messenger, I think, weren't we? Or
Yes.
okay,
Yeah, you sent the picture to me on Sunday. Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
And the day after on Facebook, I get a picture about the giant trees in southern Ohio. And it shows a guy standing in this old sycamore down on one of the rivers in southern Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, yeah, come just wave. You know, don't bother me with this stuff. Just wave and say hi. We're watching. You know,
Yeah.
you know, or find some of the stuff. Find some of the stuff that I've always wanted to know, and bring those back. Bring those back to me on Facebook.
Exactly.
Here's one I'm going to throw out there just for fun. Bring those back. When a judge takes his hammer
Mm-hmm.
and strikes it, what does he strike? That little puck-like thing that sits on a judge's bench? What is that called? Has to be a name for it.
Just say when he does it. Say that
When
again.
a judge takes his gavel and taps,
Oh, and
okay?
hits it on that little.
It looks like a hockey puck. Called a hockey puck.
I don't know.
Okay? What is that called? I have
don't
no
know.
idea. I have looked and looked and looked and looked and looked to see what that is. I mean, it's one of those things. There's got to be a word for it,
That's funny.
but I don't know. I don't know what it is. Okay, Facebook, tell me
There you
what
go.
that's called. Okay,
That's right.
Yeah.
There you go. We'll find out.
you got a week.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, now
But,
we were listening. So, but none of this came up on your timeline. But we were listening to AJ's show
mhm.
last Wednesday, and the topic came up about. Oh, here we go. We have an answer. As soon as it pops up here, I'll put it up there.
A base plate.
A base plate.
What's that? Base like. Dun, 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 dun.
Well,
Base.
I guess it depends on the. It would depend on the type of wood, what kind of
Mhm.
the gavel and the plate.
Yeah, because you couldn't make it out of just anything. You have to make it out of something. It has to be an extremely hard wood to do that.
Mhm.
Otherwise, it just split.
Right.
Okay. So anyway, back to
Oh,
AJ show.
and they got the subject come up about asking for help. Oh, Andy just said it's the judge's gavel and block. So,
Okay.
see, we got Facebook with and Lorraine and Andy are Facebook people. But oh, there you go. Yep, she popped it up too. But anyway, we got to listening to her talk about asking for help, and
Mhm.
people do not ask for help.
Yeah, this is true.
And there's so many reasons why we do not.
Hmm.
Everybody has their own reason.
Yeah.
And so we get to a point we just quit. We don't ask anybody for help. We'll just do it ourselves. But for some reason, you still get it in the back of your head. It's like, well, I'll just ask for help for this.
Hmm. Okay.
And then you do, and then immediately you're like, why the fuck did I just do that? Why did I just ask for help when everything in me was saying, don't do it? But then you have this
you brought up on AJ's
Mm-hmm.
that every time you ask for help, you end up getting screwed.
I end up, yes, kicking myself in the ass for it.
Yeah. Okay.
I did. And kind of still do, you know?
Well, yeah.
And it's
But
even
see,
if it's big, it's even with big projects, or it's something just so
Mhm.
small, and you don't get it, or you
was the word that came up for that transactional? You know,
yeah, so,
you do
yeah.
this and you get that. You know,
Mhm.
and okay,
Mm-hmm.
things should be kind of transactional. Okay,
Mhm.
that's part of being in a society. Okay. Please and thank you.
Mhm.
You know, all those little courtesy cues
Yes.
that are just acknowledging the other more than the it's acknowledging the worth of the other person.
Right.
Okay. And so many things. I'm not saying this about you. I'm saying this about
I understand.
someone I used to know really well. Okay. Was
Mm-hmm.
entirely transactional.
Mm-hmm.
If I did something for her, it never balanced. It never balanced.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And she would balance stuff to the penny. Okay.
You're right.
If somebody got a gift and she didn't get a gift that was worth it exactly as much or more, she was beside herself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's the extreme side of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't. I have accepted that I just don't work in a transactional way. I'm just
Right.
not built that way for some reason or other. I give as much as I can give,
Mm-hmm.
but I have learned not to really not. It's in my nature to begin with, but I have learned it's better to not expect anything back.
Always. Well,
But
and
then,
two, if
but
you're
then
going to help
there are,
somebody,
but then there are times, like I think I brought up before, when I was sick in the hospital,
mm-hmm.
a bunch of the young men
Yes.
who I had coached ball for
Mm-hmm.
when when they were 10 years old showed up at my that that was a gift that I could never ask for.
Correct.
But
Yeah.
God, how do you pay for that?
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
was just awesome
Mm-hmm. Right.
that they took 15, 20 years later,
Mm-hmm.
they took time out of their day
Mm-hmm.
to show that appreciation to me. I just can't. It's still one of the most touching things that I've ever had happen to me.
And you may never see those people again, but that
No.
there is going to stick into your mind forever.
Oh God, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
And that's one of the things there. Okay, so you coached that team.
mhm,
Never did you expect to have you helped them out. You never
yeah,
expected them to come help you out
or
ever.
even remember me.
Exactly. Next coach, you know. Um,
Yeah.
but that's one of those things when there are people like the lady you were talking about
Mhm,
that do things for other people and they expect them to do things for them in return.
mhm,
You know,
yeah.
it has to
Yes.
be that.
Yes. Yes. And no matter what she gets, it's never going to be enough.
Hmm.
That's the other side of that.
Right.
Yes.
So that's one of the things too that, and this was something I never understood years ago. I would
Hmm.
know somebody that needed help,
Hmm.
just as moving or something as just something as simple as mowing their yard or something like that. Okay, and I would suggest that and to go help that person, and then I would be shot down. It's like, no, we're not going to do this, or anyway. So, but then it wouldn't be 30 minutes later that would come out of that other person's mouth that told,
Hmm.
no, we're not going to do this. But then they were picking up the phone and calling and saying, I'll be there in a little bit, which I
Well.
never understood that. I
Yeah.
never understood that.
Mm,
But anyway, um,
mm,
I don't know. I just, me, as far as I've never, that I can think of in my adult life, asked for help for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then when I became a widow, I still didn't ask for help
Mm-hmm.
because I had all these people saying, I'll be here next week. We're going to do this. I'll be here the week after. We're going to do that. And
Mm-hmm.
nobody ever showed up. So I didn't call and ask, are you still coming to help? Because they told me they were going to be there and they
Mm-hmm.
never showed. So, and then it goes to the even as far as trying to hire somebody to help
Mm-hmm.
with some of the things that needed to be done. And you couldn't get anybody to work. And that was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Um, and then anybody that did want that came by was looking to take advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
As far as, oh, I want your land, your farm, your cattle. That's the what they
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
looking for.
Or,
And when
what? I might do this for you. What can you do for me?
exactly,
Yes. Yes.
exactly,
I've seen. We've had my share of those. We've had our share of those in the last year around here.
yeah,
But here's something else I've learned over the past couple of years. How did I internally I reversed it around
mhm,
and said, well, how have I felt when I did something good for somebody? Okay.
mhm,
And it makes me feel better. It makes me feel worthwhile.
mhm,
Okay. So I said, okay, so why do I feel bad that I'm offering someone else the opportunity
mhm,
to feel the way I feel?
mhm,
Okay.
right,
I can ask, it's okay to ask for help if you need it, you
mhm,
know, if you need, or, I mean, and that's not a dependent thing necessarily. It
right,
doesn't mean you're dependent upon them.
mhm,
It's you're giving them the opportunity to serve you. Okay. In a way, even in the smallest things,
mhm,
but doing that in a way that they get that chance to feel good, you
right,
know?
right,
And I just, I've just turned myself, I don't really feel like I must
mhm,
do it all by myself in order to uh, validate my own self image,
mhm.
you know?
Yes, yeah, yeah, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Mhm.
But and it's even just simple stuff. And uh, I mean, somebody struggling with their groceries trying to get into their vehicle.
Mhm.
Can I
Yeah.
hold those for you while you do that? Or, you know,
Yes.
something
Okay.
just,
I'll give you a very simple one. I think I talked about this before. I was I just pulled into the slot at Walmart.
mm-hmm,
Okay. And there was a lady across the way. She had a cast on her right leg and a couple of grandchildren. I would assume grandchildren with her, and so a couple of bags, and the little electric cart. Okay.
yeah,
And she got her stuff put in the trunk,
mm-hmm,
and she was loading it as I parked.
right,
And looked over there and said, she looks like she's got her hands full.
mm-hmm,
How's she going to get that cart back into the store?
yeah,
So I walked over and I said, I'll take care of that for you.
yeah,
And it,
easy
I'm
peasy.
sure I'm sure it made. I was going that way anyhow, you
Mm-hmm,
know. And that
right,
was, you know, so
mm-hmm,
the opportunity to do little things like that
mm-hmm,
are around us all the time.
yes,
Maybe not every day, but
mm-hmm,
you, in my youth, the old me,
Mm-hmm.
The old me that was totally focused on where I was going.
Mm-hmm.
I would have, where the me that would have been out of the car before the wheels stopped rolling,
Right.
and in the door, he would
Mm-hmm.
never have seen that, you know.
Mm. Well, see, that's where I kind of like, I'm a little different with that. I've always, like, if I see somebody struggling with something, even in my youth, can I help you with that or whatever? Just, I guess for the town I lived in, or I don't know. But anyway, um, it's, but it, like you said, it's that simple stuff. It's just, I'll take the cart back,
Yes, yes.
or I'll take that. I do that all the time. And
Hmm.
it's not even with people that's got their hands full. It's like if I'm walking, but now there may be an alternative motive on this one because I don't know if there's carts inside or not. You've got one, I'm taking it with me. Can I have that?
That's a good one. This is true.
I don't know. But I've done that before.
Hmm.
And you see short people struggling to get something off the top shelf at the store. And it's like, I'll help. Because nobody's working there that's even going to come help and get anything down. But Lorraine's got a good one in there. She says, I still don't know how to respond to people asking me for help with a problem they said they would be there for me years ago and then flaked.
Hmm.
Half of me feels like if I had to figure it out myself, I don't owe them the time. I don't owe them the time now. And the other half of me wants to help, just not to be one of those people. Oh, you can
Yeah.
help and have that attitude running in the
Be
back of my
being
brain.
having the opportunity to demonstrate that you are a better person than someone else
Hmm.
isn't gloating. So go ahead and enjoy.
Hmm.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The whole time that you're doing something for them, you can go, oh, yeah, I'm here for you.
You can gloat.
You bailed
You
on
can
me.
gloat. Yes,
We're
absolutely.
not going to bring that up.
Ah, I can't say that I've helped people that kind of walked away from me before. So, yeah,
I
okay.
pretty much, I started years
I
ago.
don't like to carry a grudge, you know?
Oh,
I
shit. No,
guess,
I'll carry one to my grave. I don't care. I'm not shameful of that whatsoever.
I, I, I just find that they're too goddamn heavy, you know?
Hmm.
And there are people I would just ignore,
Hmm.
but
Right.
I'm not going to be an active grudge against them.
Hmm.
That's just not worth my time.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I get that. I get that. But it's also, and of course, it's been, you live and you learn. You're young,
Mhm.
you're naive, you learn these lessons of how other people treat you compared to, how you
Yes.
treat them. Um, but then there gets to a point, and I think I was in my 30s. I think I was
Uh-huh.
36 to be exact.
Okay.
I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done working my fingers to the bone to please other people. I'm
Mm.
done with being disrespected, even in my own family,
Mhm.
husband included. I'll throw him in there too. I'm done being disrespected. So from here on out, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And you can either take it or not, like it
Yes.
or lump it. I don't care. But it seemed like when I got to that point, then
Mhm.
that's kind of when people were like, oh, she's never been that way before. What's going on? And it changed. I mean, it
Yes.
was like, what's
Yes.
going on? Things like this. And I'm like, I just don't have anything to say to you anymore. I don't know why you're worried about it.
Mm.
And I cut in
You
laws
never
out.
paid any attention to me when I was talking to you.
Exactly. And it was like one day and this was, I guess, like 5 years in. I mean, like, I cut the in-laws out of my life, gone, done. Y'all have caused
Yeah.
enough problems for me, especially for
Mhm.
him, especially problems between him and his daughter, that nobody needs to do that crap. But these people love drama, so that's what they did. And 5 years later, after I hadn't spoken to any of them, all of a sudden, mother-in-law wants to come to my house and cook supper for me for my birthday one year. And I looked at my husband and I said, Does she, did you not tell her that I'm working late and I'm not going to get here at about 7:30?" He said, "Yeah, she still wants to do it." And I was like, "Okay, not changing anything on my end." He was like, he never questioned it. He knew, because he knew.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, that's true, Lorraine. Yeah. When people see those words in action, it really freaks them out.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's what it is. And it's not. It is about setting your boundaries.
Hmm.
You know.
That's exactly what it is.
You know. And
But so to go back to that, you set
I guess
boundaries.
if you don't have any boundaries,
Hmm.
you don't get any respect.
I guess that's right. Yeah. You let other people disrespect you, you're not going,
Yes.
I mean, it's just going to keep going.
Don't don't complain. Don't complain about getting stepped on if you're acting like a rug.
Exactly. Yeah. But that's, and that was the thing. And like, and still, I mean, when I'm done, I'm done.
Hmm.
And I know
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that are that way. You can push me and I'll do whatever. But when I'm done, I'm done. And I have been.
Hmm.
And, they've tried to reach out a few times, but I mean, oops, sorry.
Hmm.
Uh,
That's okay.
I'm just, so, and therefore to go back to ask for help, those are not the people that you want to ask help.
Hmm.
I mean, because those were the people that you constantly bent over backwards, worked your fingers to the bone to make
Mm.
sure that they had what they needed, they were taken care of, medical
Oh.
wise, food wise, financial, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then, but this was the thing that kept going on. And and just, I got to the point and I'm like, this is stupid. I don't
Yes.
care. I got to the point, it's like, I don't care if you starve, if you don't have electricity, or if you're homeless. I'm done. And
Yeah.
people think that that's cruel, but they didn't live what was going on for years and years until you finally
Yes.
got to the point of self-preservation and just say,
Correct.
okay, I'm out.
Correct. Yes. Having two people drown.
Right.
Wait. Watching someone else drown is painful,
Mm-hmm.
but trying to help them and drowning with them
Mm-hmm.
is worse.
Mm-hmm.
You know. You do what you can, and that's
That's
and
something
that's
else.
it. And
Yeah.
and there, I don't know. I don't know how successful this is for other people, but sometimes, at least,
Mm-hmm.
when you do that, it's enough of a shock to the system that people get their shit together. You know, there's
Yes.
tough love. There are circumstances where that
Mm-hmm.
kind of a tough love situation
Right.
does some people some good. And the point is, once you reach to that point,
Mm-hmm.
you've tried everything else.
Right.
You
Exactly.
know.
And then here we are. But it's like Lorraine says, yeah, you've got to learn how to get over the guilt and shame.
Yes.
Yeah, you've got to learn how to get past that. Because if you don't, then people just keep taking and taking and taking. And it's different. I mean, like we were talking about, taking the cart back to the grocery store for somebody that needed a little bit of help
Hmm.
is completely different than somebody needing.
And opening up your wallet and say, "Oh, here's another
Exactly.
couple hundred." Yeah, no
Yeah,
problem. Yeah.
yeah. So
You
I
can
mean,
pay
there's so
just
many
just
different
pay me
forms.
back when you get it,
Yes,
and they never get it. Yeah, okay.
there's so many different forms of help. So it's kind of hard. You can't. I mean, you can't put lump it all up at once. Am I
Hmm.
going to ask help for something? Say I needed a loan. Yes, I'm going to go to the bank and ask for help. Give me a loan. I'm going to apply
Hmm.
for help at the bank or um, the food bank. Good God, that was a freaking hornet that was in my hair. Oh, woo. Anyway,
Okay.
I'm just glad it didn't sting me.
No karma there.
Oh,
No
son of a bitch,
karma come
it
to
was on
visit
my
you.
table. Shit fire. Hang on. Oh, I just had to kill him. Hang on. I'm going to mute and I'll be back. Ugh.
No excitement here today. Oh my God, that was good. Hmm. There was a point along there where I was going to say something else, kind of lead off into something else, but it didn't happen. Um, but it's about, there's so much. Treat each other fairly. Have a little courtesy. It's not that hard to do, and be aware of the world around you. There's plenty of opportunities to make things just a little bit better for yourself and for other people, and that's important. It's important because, damn it, we're all here. We're all here in this particular whatever the hell it is here at this same time for a reason. We don't know what it is, but we're here for a reason, and it works out better if we treat each other with respect. And that's just kind of the way I look at it. And then I realized that that's hard to do sometimes. We don't agree with I don't. Good grief! There are people that I have been shocked over the past 5 years that I do disagree with on a very basic level. But that doesn't change the people that they are and the people that they they were, the people they are, and the people that they will be in the future. And I didn't choose to have them be a part of my life because of their particular views on a particular subject. It was something completely different. It was an appeal. The appeal to me has always been on an entirely different level. The way they approached things, perhaps, or seeing the things that they valued. And that doesn't mean that, we don't all have to like chocolate ice cream. Okay. There are at least 37 different flavors out there. And it's okay. It's okay if you don't like chocolate ice cream, you know? Uh, and then, that's just the way I look at that kind of thing anymore. You can still be a good person even if you don't like the things that I like. If you can disagree with me all day long, and that's okay too
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know everything. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't looked at every piece of the world from every possible perspective. There may be something that that I don't know, and that's what we're here to figure out.
Right.
And maybe we'll figure it out, maybe we won't.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yes. Yes. Well, the worst thing about living in sparsely populated areas, as far as because it reduces the pool of people that you have to deal with. Okay, and of course you got along well with the people up and down the holler because
Yeah.
they already knew every bad thing about you ever did your entire life. You know, so yes, that's the thing about sparsely populated areas.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Mm.
So apparently they're having an emoji war in chat
Oh boy.
between Julie and Andy, and Ron's confused. Anyway, sorry about the Hornet thing or whatever, but yeah, live.
Yeah, well,
Wow.
took care of that.
When I saw
Now,
him rolling
was that
towards,
just a regular Hornet?
mm,
That's another. Okay.
ooh,
Hello there, Facebook.
yes, exactly. You're gonna
We
hear
used to
it.
have these things called sand hornets.
Oh God.
They were about that long, like a regular hornet was
Mhm.
like this long. These things were like that long.
Murder hornets. Remember those?
That's basically what they were like, but they weren't actually that species.
Yeah.
And
Ah,
they
shit.
were they always came out in late summer, and I guess they liked tomatoes or something because the upper garden was where they always seemed to show up.
Man.
And I'm telling you, they were scary.
They're vicious.
I mean, it was like they looked like a small bird.
Well, I
I
was
do
fixing to
not
bring
want to
that
get I do
beside
not want to get stung by one of those.
that I just
Yes.
killed. Yes.
Okay.
And when I got him out of my hair and he got on the table and he was crawling towards my bourbon, and you know that's not going to happen.
Oh, that's that. No, 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 no.
That's not going to happen.
Right,
So now
that's definitely
he's gone.
capital sentence there.
Good Lord. I think as hard as I hit him, I still think he's a little alive somewhere down there, and he's probably going to come back in about 15 minutes, matter in hell. I don't know. But anyway. Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
Hmm. But yeah.
Oh, I have had the unpleasant situation of having that happen when riding a motorcycle,
Ooh. Yeah. I
running
bet.
running in. I think it was Yellow Jacket, as far as I can tell.
Oh, wow.
Oh, they hit hard.
Mhm.
Oh, of course, that was back in my early days when jacket. Who needs a freaking jacket?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Who
and
needs
then
sunglasses when we're
who needs
driving down
hard shoes? Who needs hard shoes? I'm only going 85 miles an hour.
the road?
Okay.
I
I
had to go
wouldn't do
clean
it
the.
now. I wouldn't do it now.
No,
Let's say,
no.
but yeah, it was okay.
Comes with age. We tend to go, and this is something I've learned is like, maybe I don't need to do that because I think I could hurt myself or I could get hurt doing something
Mhm,
like that. But that came
mhm,
with dealing with uh, animals that weighed a ton. You
mhm.
know, and yeah,
Yes.
so it was like, you know what? I don't think I want to get in the middle of all that. I think I want to just stay away from trying to
Yes.
teach that one something.
Oh my God. Yes.
So yeah, I had to go clean the guts off the bottom of my coffee cup.
Well, the thing that I guess the thing you get is as you grow older,
Hmm.
you recover from these things much more slowly.
Very slowly. Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Hangovers
and
included.
you know, uh,
Hangovers might take a couple of
a few
days.
a few years ago, I bent over in my chair to pet the dog, okay,
Hmm. Hmm.
and pulled a muscle in my back. Okay, just just as simple as that, okay. And
Yeah.
oh my God, stood me up and staggered me over to the railings. Oh my, wow, that really hurt. Okay. Yeah.
I made
And,
fun
and,
of
and, it's, and
somebody
it
this
takes
weekend for
like a week and a half before you feel normal again, get normal again. I need to do a little something, a little more stretching or something, because
yeah.
this isn't this is that I don't want. I definitely do not want that to happen again.
I made fun of somebody this weekend because they got up off the couch and they grabbed their back. I started
Huh?
laughing.
Oh.
So I'm waiting for that karma to come and hit me. But
Mhm.
anyway, it was pretty fun.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, Julie, I know. I get up out of bed and it's like, okay, I got to make my feet work. I got to make my knees work. I got to be able to stand up straight, you know.
That first couple of steps,
Mhm.
can make sure you're communicating with the knees properly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But you know
Mm.
what? I had fun when I was a kid. I mean, we played football. I mean, with like not on a team. We went out in the field and we played football, and it was tackle football, and we had a
Yeah.
great time. We rode bikes. We rode dirt bikes, four wheelers, crashed,
Mhm.
wrecked, jumped shit you shouldn't have done. Climbed trees, got on tops of people's houses and jumped off just because you could, and you didn't
Yeah.
break anything at the time. Um, and I know that's like if they keep talking about what was it? There was something that happened to me when I was like, I think I was 10, and I can remember every dentist was like, "This is going to cause you major problems when you get older." And my God, it did. Oh my God, Andy, I was hoping you'd forget about that.
Mm.
But yeah, that's what we end up doing to our bodies. But I wouldn't change a thing. I mean, we had a great time. Rode
Yep.
bikes. We just had fun.
Okay. Getting back to my trees.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
went on Google. Went on Google Earth,
Hmm.
and as close as I could get to the highway where I should have been able to see those trees,
Hmm.
I don't think they're there anymore.
Oh no. Were they
There's
cutting you
one.
purposely?
There's one. Maybe 25 miles up the river from me
Mhm.
that has an internet presence as the biggest tree left in Webster County, which is the adjoining
Mhm.
county. And I'm thinking those ones down there were bigger than that, and they're saying this is the biggest one there is left. You know, so I'm saying I you know, and I guess I wonder. I will
Mhm.
someday. I'll find out someday
Mhm.
soon. You know, because I know. Well, it was only good grief. It was only like 60 years ago.
Yeah. It's like
You
what
know.
Lorraine says. It's seriously strange watching kids take Ubers to where I would have just ridden my bike.
Oh my
That's
God! Yes.
that's how we always got around, you know?
Oh Lord.
Or you
And
walked.
yeah, yeah. Okay. One of the things I see these days is I see mothers
Mhm.
who hop in their SUV
Mhm.
and drive their kids down to
Mhm.
the road to get out of the SUV
To get
and
on the
get
school
into the
bus.
bus.
It's like what?
And
Just take them to school.
my God, my grandmother, my grandmother would have laughed me into oblivion.
Oh yeah. Well, see, and that was like me. It was so the school bus. I just had to walk like half a block to get there.
Hmm.
But you had to be there at 6:30 in the morning, and
Yeah,
there's no shelter. So if it was raining, didn't matter. There's a tree there, but that's not really going to help you. But I was like, I don't want to be on the bus for an hour for a 20-minute drive. I
Yeah.
don't want to do this. So I found my own
Mhm.
way to school in the mornings until I was, old enough to drive. And it was funny too. But back then I walked to school if the weather permitted.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
walked to school during elementary and middle school because they were within walking distance.
Well, there's a
And
big difference. There's a big difference in what we called walking distance and what's called
what actually
walking
was,
distance now. Because one place where I lived,
mhm,
well, it was a half mile to the bus stop. Another place I lived when I was in high school
mhm.
was just over a mile to the high school. I walked to school every day. In fact, I would walk home at lunch and then
Mhm.
walk back again. So every day I was walking almost 4 miles,
And it didn't bother you. You didn't
and
even
that
think.
was no,
Mm-mm.
and you didn't get an
I
extra pat
don't
on the
know
back
how
for that.
far. If I ever go back to my hometown, I'm going to drive the route that I took.
Well, pop it
Well,
up on Google. Pop it up on Google Earth and just do
ooh, I
little
could.
line measurements. It can
Okay,
tell you
can do that.
exactly. You know?
Now, elementary school, it wasn't that bad. That was
No.
probably 3 city blocks away.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about doing that. I'll do that just right now. Let's see, because I still remember where the
Welcome,
actual
Jay.
used to live. Oh, did he finally decide to show up?
Yeah, he was working on his transmission, changing the transmission
Mm,
fluid.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know. Obviously, it turned out okay. So he made it in. So
All right, let's see. It's a mile. It was a mile,
okay.
just a mile. Walking or driving is what it's saying. It's a mile.
Okay.
So yeah.
But no,
Anyways,
mine.
and then the
Yeah.
thing too, I didn't have a backpack then, so if I was carrying 6 books home, I just carried 6 books home.
Mhm. That was something that I was. That's I don't know, when did that come into as a thing? Really?
Backpacks?
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay. But anyway, one of one of the kids, I reach over and pick up this backpack. Right.
Mm.
This damn thing was like 20 pounds, 25 pounds.
Oh yeah.
And the kid was 40.
Well, and then they were yes, exactly. And I remember whenever backpacks come in, they kept talking about how bad this is for the kids' backs, and
Mhm.
I thought,
Yeah.
well, we used to pack all of it out here, the books,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter. People are going to come up with crap. Kids are awesome. Kids need to learn to do that again. Seriously, the kids that we have now need to go back and live like just we did. Me in the
Yeah. Yeah.
80s. We had a telephone in the kitchen and one in the hallway. That's it, people. We had 4 channels on a damn TV. That's all we had.
Ooh.
And you had to get
My
up.
God. My God, Maria. That's like third world shithole.
That's right. Well,
Even
even at that time, I had friends that went to school that
life
had,
without 4G. Oh my God.
yeah, they had outhouses. They didn't even
Mhm.
have they didn't even have indoor bathrooms. They had water, but they didn't have a toilet. So, and that was in the 80s. You think
Yeah.
about that. That wasn't That wasn't that long ago. I mean, it is, but not really.
Well,
Of course, my son was born in '94, so yeah, to him it doesn't mean crap. So
oh yeah. Well, I was thinking something about when I taught when you try to tell kids today something about World War II, right?
oh
I mean,
yeah,
I met the next generation behind me and before me. Those were and I knew a lot of guys that fought in Europe in World War II.
mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes,
so that
yes,
that whole that's news to me. Right? You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? I relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but looking at it from here, that's 75 years ago.
Right.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but if you subtract from me in 1960, little more than less 80 years, that was the Civil War.
Yeah.
So the Civil War to me is the same as these kids today to World War II,
Oh yeah. And they
and
still didn't teach it right in
that
school.
kind of shocked me. You
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you even look at Vietnam War. They didn't. We didn't.
Yes.
That was not over long enough for them to completely distort everything that happened when we were in
Mhm.
school. um,
Yeah.
in the Korean War and things like that. So
Hmm.
we didn't learn a whole lot about that in school as we did the two world wars.
Yes. Right. Yeah. The textbooks. That was pretty well settled history in the textbooks,
Hmm.
even when I was coming up. But I mean, and even beyond that, you just walked across the street. Hey, what was it like being at the Bastone? You know?
Hmm.
And yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Oh, my
Yep.
grandfather. Okay, so this is something my grandfather, because I was a late in life child for
Hmm.
my parents. So
Okay.
my grandfather was born in 1899, and
Okay.
he was in the cavalry.
Cavalry.
Yeah, the
Yes.
cavalry. Yeah, he was in the cavalry. So, and he still had his spurs, the
Did he have a
sword.
saber? But did he have a saber?
You know what? I believe he did because there was a big fight over.
Because that's one of those things. I
Hmm.
remember this friend of mine
Hmm.
had a Civil War saber,
Hmm.
and oh my God, I wonder whatever happened. And it was just there, It was just wasn't
Hmm.
anything special. And today, oh my God, that would be just an unmentionable heirloom.
Yeah.
But it was just there.
Well,
I,
and I'll throw this out there too is that my grandfather, my dad's father, never met him. He passed away,
Mhm.
what, 10 years, I think, or more before I was born. But he had a pocket watch, and he was a member of KKK.
Mhm.
Never did anything, never went into any meetings or anything, but he was a member of it, and it was inscribed
Yes.
in his pocket watch. So to
Yes.
this day, my brother has that pocket watch now. And
Mhm.
there were other things that I mean, he didn't do anything. As a matter of fact, the town he grew up in, my dad grew up in,
Mhm.
was a black community. That was the part of the county that was a black community. And they didn't cause any problems. They didn't have anything. It was just,
Mhm.
I think at that time, that was something that you just did. You know,
Yes,
you
I
just
think I think so.
that's just what you just
In the resurgence of that in the, the jewelry store owner that you know in the town I came. He was KKK. He was the local head of the KKK.
yeah, and
You know,
nobody thought
uh,
anything about it because they
who was there was a long serving
hmm
U.S. senator.
hmm yes.
Was it Arch Moore?
Oh no, I don't that I don't.
I can't remember, from West Virginia. When he started out,
Mm-hmm.
he was KKK back in the 1920s, which is
Just what
it's
they
100
did.
years ago now, but it was still him. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, and nobody batted an eye at it at that time,
no,
as long as they didn't see the violence that followed some of
oh,
those things. But that's like my dad just my mom got so my mom would get mad with the fact that my dad kept that
hmm
pocket watch. But I was like, but that belonged to his daddy,
hmm
so no matter what that was inscribed in it or what you want to take it at, that was his dad's. That was something that his dad had.
yes,
So, and it'll be passed down to for generations because my goodness, you're not going to find things like that now. Anything, even a pocket watch, you're not
oh,
going to find a
oh,
pocket watch.
darling, you can find anything today,
Well, that's true, but it's not
but not the genuine article.
right.
Okay,
Exactly. Yes,
the
yes, yes, yes.
genuine historical article. Yes.
Yes, because they are remaking record players and 8-track players and cassette players, all that stuff all the time now. It's not the original setup thing that was everybody had in their vehicles.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
But yeah,
Yes. Yes. The original 8-track players did not have Bluetooth.
no, not at all. And we all learned to fix the problem that just the regular cassettes from the 80s, if they caused problems. That's how you had to rewind it if your record player screwed up or
Hmm.
your recorder. But anyway,
Oh, you remember that? It just took a number 2 pencil and
yeah, you just started twisting it till it come back in.
oh my God.
Yeah, it was, and then of course we sit here and we talk about the things, how simple it was, how this was, and how far we've advanced. I mean, I can just imagine my mom and dad because my dad was born in 27 and mom was born in 32.
hmm
So the differences that they saw, because daddy died in 2012.
Uh-huh.
So you just sit and think everything that he got to see. And of course, mom died in 22.
hmm
So she got 10 more years of it. And even her, it still kind of blew her away the things that had she been able to see because she got to where she was losing her eyesight. We could have gotten her a tablet or something like that. And for her to be able to FaceTime the great grandbabies,
Oh my God.
could you imagine?
Um, well, yeah, pretty well.
I mean, and she was born in
No, I mean
32. I'm like,
it amazes me.
yes,
Okay,
yeah.
but I've got 2 great grandchildren
hmm
to whom they're not even 2 yet,
hmm
and
hmm
they can FaceTime. They FaceTime with people, and
Oh, yeah.
that's just the part of living to them.
Well, and then the videos that I'm able to receive with my
hmm
granddaughter,
Oh yeah,
and
sure.
it's just
Well,
it's
I mean, even beyond FaceTime,
mhm.
me me call me ma.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You
and then
pissed me off. I'm calling her. She don't
yes,
Where when we were little, we had that rotary dial. And if somebody had a
I-
9 in their phone
oh
number,
my God.
because
They
it took
had a video. They
back
had a
around.
video a while back where somebody had dug one of those out
Yeah.
and showed it to a bunch of young kids today.
I have a clue.
How do you think we used it? What do you think this is, and how did we use it?
Mhm.
They couldn't figure it out. They did, what?
I wish.
What? How do you input this number? You know, and it really, well, they would be totally crazy
Mhm.
if you told somebody that back in the 60s,
Mhm.
you could whistle a phone number in and the switches would turn it on
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
with the
Definitely.
tones,
Mhm.
okay, with a
Yep.
touch tone phone.
Yep.
There were people who were able to actually like whistle
Mhm.
a number.
Mhm.
Some of the best, greatest phone hackers, you know, people that
Mhm.
could route a phone all the way around the earth,
Oh, yeah.
and they could talk to themselves on the 7-second delay
Yep.
between when it answered and when it came back. You know,
Yep. Yep.
just insanity.
Mhm. It
And
is.
now I can talk to you, or I can talk to somebody in Norway or South Africa or China. It's right there.
Well, George Jetson kind of paved the way for us on that, so we wouldn't be so shocked. Because I do remember, I didn't like that cartoon very well, but I do remember it being on. And is it Betty? Was no, what was his wife? George Jetson's wife's name
Betty.
was
No.
it Betty?
Judy.
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 Okay. Judy Jetson. Okay. So, and I can remember watching where she put this mask on that looked just like her when she had her hair fixed and
No,
her
no,
makeup on.
I was wrong. It was Jane Jetson. His teenage daughter was Judy.
Oh, okay. So, but anyways, I remember seeing the wife. She picked it. Her video thing was ringing or whatever, and she was still in bed, but she picked this mask up and put it on, and it made it look like her. Well, she's
Mm-hmm.
made up, hair fixed, and everything to speak to this person, so they didn't see what she looked like when she first woke up in the mornings. And then when
Yes.
she got off the phone, she took the mask off. But anyway, so Oofy
Oh,
wants.
now they just do that with the software.
Oh yeah, yes, filters are great. All right. Oofy says quiz. Raise your hand if you've lived or used a your used when your phone was a party line and the local phone company covered the entire county. Parentheses
Yeah.
province.
Yes.
Party lines were gone by the time at my grandmother's house by the time I was born. So I didn't have that.
I had our first our first phone was a party line.
Hmm.
Forest 45555.
Oh wow. And then that's the funny thing, because now with every TV show, it's like the phone number is 555 and then whatever.
Yes. But
Hmm.
it was, yeah. And the first two signs, signals, insignias in your phone number
Hmm.
was basically your neighborhood. Okay. And it
Gosh.
was the first two letters that corresponded to the numbers. Okay. And then they made it a word. So it was FO was forest.
Gotcha. Okay.
Um, and
Mhm.
it, and every neighborhood had its own particular, but it was a word and then 4 digits.
Mhm.
Now it's 10 digits.
Yeah.
if you're lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, you and your friends are, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, could get the whole video. Yeah, egg orders. Yep. Yeah. Well, and of course, all of that is kinky.
I didn't know you could do that. But yeah, you're right. You could. Sure, of course you could.
Well, if the
You know,
operator wasn't there to
if
send the
there was
call,
no right, if there was well, no. The point is, if you were on a party line
uh,
and you picked up the phone, you didn't get a dial tone. You listened to whoever.
yeah, you were listening to that conversation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But you know what? Okay, so party lines weren't any different than Facebook now or Twitter, if you think about it, because it's like if two people were on the phone and they were
Mhm.
talking shit,
Yeah.
and then everybody else picked up the phone and they were starting to listen to all this juicy gossip. Same thing as posting it on Facebook.
Okay.
Every bit of it. All right. Well, hang on. I will be right.
Oh my God. Quiz number 2. Raise your hand, tentacle, or other appendage if you've used a CB radio. Of course. I never really got into it, but I've had a couple. Yes, it pretty much is. It pretty much is. One of these days, we just may open the lines up and just have everybody cycle through. Oh God. Cords. Yes, I remember those 25-foot Princess telephone cords and untangling those damn things. Somehow they'd get stretched out and then they'd come back and they would tie themselves into knots. Looked like a giant, I don't know what. Yes, those were good. Those were cool.
We still fight with those cords every day at work.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there you go, Oofy. hmm CB
Pretty
radios
much.
in the 70s, man, those were the bomb now.
Well, I'm not really sure. I mean, do truck drivers still use CBs these days?
You know, I think they do, but they
I think
also have,
some of them do, but
I
I don't
think
think it's a.
they got to have the headphones. I
Mm,
think it all has to be with headphones and stuff.
okay.
But yeah, I would think that they would. All right, quiz number 3. Raise some hell. If you used to send your hair cream to make your crew cut or curl stand up during football practice.
No, yeah, beyond. I would. Yeah, didn't make it. Didn't get into it that early.
Here we go. The joy of ringing a friend from a payphone. Oh my goodness. A payphone. I can remember when I was in high school, it was 25 cents. It was,
Or Or does anybody remember phone booths?
I
I would
do.
love to have a freaking phone booth.
What? I remember it. I think when they got rid of all of them, that's when Superman went away. We hadn't seen him again.
Yeah. And
But yeah,
Clark
I
Kent.
remember phone booths.
Where's Clark Kent? Where does Clark Kent go these days?
Yep.
He doesn't. He just got to dodge around the corner in the alley or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But no, I do remember my dad's company car. It had CB radio. It had a company radio as well. And
Mhm.
so we had the two big antennas sticking up off of it. And the company car was a Crown Vic.
Mhm.
So anytime he was in it, he would hear the truck drivers talking about the Smoky that just went by them or whatever, because undercover Smoky. I don't know what
Mhm.
the real nickname was at that time, but anytime
A
Dad drove,
bear in a plain brown wrapper.
yeah, yeah, it probably was.
Yeah.
Really was. And I think he said something about I can't remember where he was driving, but he stopped on the side of the road and got out and walked around for a while because it was a long drive for him.
Mhm.
And he had on a navy blue suit. And when he got back in the car, something was said about, yep, he's fixing to hit the road again. Y'all better watch out. Here in Paris, the men just whatever they want.
Mhm. Mhm.
I think they do that at Mardi Gras too.
Must be a thing with river towns. Too close to the water.
It would be fun to go to, not necessarily Mardi Gras, but just to go to New Orleans and go around that area to see the cultural differences, because man, that's a whole different world. That is a
Mm.
whole different world.
I
But yeah, Mardi
suspect
Gras,
I look at New Orleans. It's pretty much the same way I'd look at Las Vegas. It's just
oh yeah.
you know make believe.
Hmm.
I mean I don't know. I mean I'm a little out of date, but
Well, I
if
had
you if
one.
you get if you get there off the interstate, as far as the United States is concerned,
Yes.
you get 1 mile, get 2 miles off the interstate, you could be anywhere in the United States,
Right.
whether it's Iowa or Florida or
Yeah.
Texas or
Hmm.
the act or Utah
Hmm.
or California. You know,
Hmm.
for the most part, it's all the same. It really is.
Oh yeah. Well, I can remember hearing, because there's couple of people I've worked with that have gone to Vegas,
Hmm.
and the one that was going to go that had never been before, the one that had been there was like, okay, this is the area that you need to stay in, because if you go outside
Yes.
of that,
Yes.
that's where it gets really bad, and there's quite a bit of prostitution that goes on. I think she called it Old Vegas. If you stay on the new Vegas side, you're good. If you go to the Old Vegas
Mm.
side, it's going to be completely different. Prostitutes and drug dealers and all kinds of stuff. So, but
Well,
here
it's
you
not
go.
like you can't find that wherever you are.
Anywhere you're at, that's right. Poll number one: who wants to go to
Closer,
the high
closer
desert
than Vegas.
out at night and watch the UFOs play laser tag?
Mm.
Yeah,
That's always fun.
that would be great.
As long as I don't have to pay $5,000 a trip
Man, I'm
to
telling you.
Stephen Greer, I'm
Oh
good.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that kind of ties in with the Skinwalker Ranch.
Mm.
And I think they've come up with a series too I don't know the name of it.
Burn the Skinwalker or something
Well,
like that.
it's has to do with the ranches around the Skinwalker, but I don't remember what they
Ah, okay. Uh-oh. They've opened the wormhole and it's spreading
Well,
slowly.
but it's always been in that story that it's always been in the
Mm.
story. It's not just this ranch. It
Hmm.
reaches out to
Yes.
areas around it. But now they're doing a show about it, and I don't remember. I don't know the name of it.
Yes.
But anyway,
The Zenas of Cthulhu
yeah,
are coming through.
whatever, whatever. And I would,
Wasn't
it's
that
like
H.P. Lovecraft?
kind
His
of.
stuff.
I think so.
Oh my God. His
Oh look,
his horror
showed up
stuff made.
late, and now he's leaving early.
Mm.
Way to go!
Hey, I'll give him a break. He did his due diligence today.
He's fun to give shit to. Just saying. But yeah, no. The living beside the Skinwalker Ranch is like living beside a haunted house. It doesn't
Yes.
just stay in the house. It leaks out. It really does. There you go. Poll number 2. Oofy. There you go. Filled with weed. No, I like Lorraine's better. Yeah. I'd like to go somewhere filled because by the time I got there, I'd be
Oh
so
my God.
asleep. I'd be asleep.
What's that desert thing that they have? Fire. Burning Man. Burning Man. Yes.
I haven't
Go up,
heard that.
get with Alice and RV and head for Burning Man.
There we go. Yeah. Yep. There we go. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Burning Man. Yep. Oh, and of course, Andy's going to watch.
Well, you know.
So, but yeah. Yeah. There we go.
Hey,
Mugshot.
be somebody. Get your
Right.
own mugshot. Wait a minute. Let's see. We see.
Okay.
Is
So
this my good side?
yeah. Yeah. So that's my thing. I've never had a mugshot, and I'm knocking on real wood. So just saying. Yeah. Andy will be cashing in on the streaming revenue. You got that right.
Plenty of chances for that.
Oh yeah.
Well, while we're planning trips, April
24th
April
or 27th.
24th.
Okay.
I think the Great Eclipse.
I gotta look now. I knew this, and now I don't. I'm gonna have to look my pictures.
April
up.
19th.
It's in April. Gonna have to Google. April 8th. April 8th. 2024.
April 8th this year.
Yep.
Only
Next year.
good grief. This will be going on. This will be going on during the trials.
And there's something else that's going on during the trials too. I just saw that today. I don't remember what it is,
Uh-oh.
but anyway, yeah. That's where the world's going to end. That's when it is. That's when the prediction needs to be made, Charles. We're going to have the total eclipse, and there's something else going on, and then the trials are going to hit. So Yeah.
Yep. See, I think I'm on the edge of the path of totality, but
I'm gonna have
I'm
to
definitely
drive.
going to be closer to center when that goes through.
Well, all I'm saying is that anybody at this point that's going to try to get a hotel room or something in the area of totality is probably screwed at this point because people make reservations for that stuff years in advance to make sure
Oh
that
God, yes.
they've got it.
Hmm.
So, and I was trying to think I could drive to Missouri or someplace up somewhere up in Indiana if I wanted to.
Well, actually, I was thinking Cahokia would be a great place to be
Hmm.
at the Indian Mounds because I think that's in the path of totality.
Hmm.
I'll have to pop the map up here really quick.
Hmm.
But that didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Why didn't? Okay, this is it. Okay.
And what Ron's talking about is
Oh,
the
I want
moon.
I want those maps. Damn it.
Yeah. The blue moon is at 21:36 Eastern Standard Time, August 30th
Yep.
for the blue moon. And
Those
Saturn's
Drake.
coming with it. Saturn will be shining right there with it.
Yep.
Oh, and to go along with Andy's comment about the pink or brown portal, um, Uranus is going to be visible pretty much this week too. So we'll get to see Andy's Uranus.
Mm,
Just
okay. Why in the hell is this? This is
Ron
terrible.
or pink. That's what Marco says. But Ron, no, I don't. That's not true. We get a super moon every 2.7 years, so that's not going to be that
Yeah.
far away, unless you're talking about the total eclipse. But it's going to be longer than that. So, but now that I've seen a total eclipse and not of the heart, just the regular
Mhm.
total solar eclipse, I can't wait to see the next one. But I'm not going to travel a shit ton of miles to see it, though.
Well, let me see. Totalitarian beings. So, isn't Evansville, Indiana?
Hmm.
Isn't that just across the river from your son's or where your son lives?
It's my son lives across the river. I think it's like 45 minutes away. I could probably go to my son's house and it would be totality or 99%.
Okay.
Rockport, Indiana is where he lives.
I don't have that exactly. But
But yeah,
Evansville sounded familiar for some reason.
yeah, Evansville's not, it's Evansville's 2 hours away from me.
Okay. Because they have, let's see, 2 o'clock. That can't be right. Oh, yeah.
See,
That's
the
going to
worst
be.
part about it, it's April. You don't know what
Yes,
April's weather is going to be.
exactly. It can either be snowy. For here, it could be snowing or it could
Mhm.
be 85 degrees.
And tornadoes. You just,
Yes.
yeah, you don't know. But from March to June, the weather is so uncertain. Because the last one that happened in this area was in August.
Yeah,
And usually August is our driest month in Kentucky. So when that came through, that wasn't a very big deal. Weather did not play a big factor in that at that time.
Oh my gosh.
Now, all the trees that kind of crunched in half and fell
Hmm.
around us at that time, yeah, that kind of played.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yep. I'll be somewhere. I'll be somewhere, probably somewhere in Ohio.
Oh yeah,
Actually, Cleveland's pretty close to dead center, but I do not want to be in
no,
downtown Cleveland. So
no,
I'll look for points southwest.
yeah.
You know, yeah. But I am in the edge. So, but we're definitely gonna do
Matter of
something
fact,
there.
where I worked at the bank at that time, and they closed the bank half day, so
Uh
everybody
huh.
could go.
That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
What day is that? I didn't even think of looking at what day of the week it was.
Oh, I hadn't paid attention to that either.
Okay. I don't know.
April 8th. Let's see. That would be on a Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be a good day for a holiday.
I'm always in for a 3-day weekend. Always. There you go. Oofy's at it again. What band's hit song was Lies?
Hmm. I don't know. I remember a tune called Liar, but Lies? I don't know.
Fleetwood, is it Fleetwood Mac? Tell me lies. Tell me lies. Tell me
Could
sweet little lies.
possibly. Possibly. Hmm.
Oh yeah, so we're totally running out of content when we're starting to talk about.
Yeah, but we made it. We made it to 8 o'clock.
No, that was a truck going down the street, Andy. Just say one of those teenagers that his daddy
There
gave
you
him
go.
a diesel truck, so he's gonna
Jake.
floor it
That
everywhere
was
he
that was
goes.
a Jake. That was a Jake break.
There you go. Yeah, which is outlawed in most city limits. Just saying.
Mhm.
Thompson twins. I don't remember that. If that's what it was.
Hmm. Yep. I have never heard the hum. I've heard of the hum, but I've never
Well,
heard the hum.
that was a YouTube.
Linda Moulton Howe. The hum.
No, that was U2's album name, right? The Hum. Was that the album name or was that a song?
Don't know.
U2.
New one on me.
Oh, you know the band U2, so you just don't
Yes, I
know.
do know YouTube.
Okay. Well, I think that was the name of either the album or the song. Yeah, one or the other.
I,
I think I
I
have.
remember. I
This
remember McGilligor. I remember McGilla Gorilla.
this came up somewhere. I don't remember where.
Hmm.
Mm, okay. Yes. Yeah. But they had okay. So that was a song on. Okay. Thanks, Julie. The U2 album was War. But anyways, it's been fun tonight. We did a little bit
It
about
has.
it, and then we like went all to the
This went.
real world of
It's a conversation. Damn it! It's a
murder
conversation.
hornets.
Conversation.
We had murder hornets and all that good
Murder
stuff.
hornets to eclipses.
Yeah.
Well,
I murdered a hornet. Then
I
we went
murdered a hornet. No mooning. No mooning now. We'll save
Aw,
that for
come
another. We'll save that for another day.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Andy's been in rare form, and I'm so glad to see him here. I'm glad he's feeling good to be here. Yep, it has been. It's been good fun. We need to get Julie back on the show. Oh,
Really?
Oofy, just keep
Get a
going on.
progress report from Julie.
Exactly. We really do.
What? Well, I maybe wishful thinking, but I'd sure like to get AJ on. Come on,
Mm.
to get her in the other seat and have the relaxed good time.
Get tired.
Everybody can.
That would be fun. That would be fun to get people like AJ and Natalie. We'd have to have both of them on. We'd have to have AJ and Natalie on at the same time.
Mhm.
Um, who else would be? Don Ecker. Oh my God. I miss hearing his rants.
Well, he's on now. He's back
Yeah,
on now.
he's on now, but I never catch it anymore.
He's in the mornings, kind of. I think.
Yeah, see, and I
Unless
work.
they moved it again. I
No.
flip over there and I never know what the hell's going to be on anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, he's oh my gosh, him and Rich and Mark, and you could hear
oh my God, yes.
Rich eating in the background, crunching, and Don would lose his shit. Mute your mic. Yeah, that's so much fun. And that just all disappeared within the last 5 years. So
No, by golly.
I don't know. I just wish we had them all back together. I just wish we had, because you're watching two different radio stations and chat sucks and fucking both of them now. Where before we had them all on one, we had one chat, we could all talk shit, and Andy could post his porn.
Well, yeah, the good old days when we had a big chat room.
Yeah.
That was nice. But I'll tell you, that's
Well, and there's been a few shows that have just decided to go to audio only. Spotify,
mhm. Yep.
podcasts, things like that, instead of doing the video thing. I think it's like I don't know. It's like doing video puts a lot of pressure on people for some reason. I mean, I don't. I'm going to sit here as long as I can.
Yes.
This is where I'm going to be. You're going to put up with cats. You're going to put up with hornets, wasps, anything that just decides
Lightning, storms,
lightning.
tornadoes.
Yep.
Trees falling.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
And like you made the comment, the view back here is completely changed
Yes.
from the first of the year.
Mm-hmm.
and that's because of storms and everything. And once I get my chainsaw, it's going to look completely different back there too. So I love my trees, but not when they fall on my house.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
let's see. Why not do it on Skype? What are we? Oh,
oh,
I mean, yeah, Julie,
like that
we can
chat
talk
room.
on Skype outside of
Sure.
podcasts or anything. Anytime you
Yep.
want, yep, just to chat. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ring us up, sister. We're good for it.
I'm trying to think.
And I agree with Andy on this. Art does have a better chat room. It just shit
Yeah.
happens when. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring back movie night. Girl, I'm
Yeah,
asleep.
that
When
was my weekend. That was my weekend. Watching Amazon movies. You know, God, some of the stuff, man.
shit, I can't get my internet to freaking work unless I'm using the hotspot on my phone
Hmm.
anymore. One of these days.
I withhold pay. I put their fee in a escrow account. Of course, that wouldn't work. That it'd just be worse or turned off completely. But goddamn,
It's ridiculous because the
right?
internet when Windstream had my internet, I never had a problem. Now that
Yeah.
Kinetics has taken over, I
Mhm.
mean, especially since
That
this,
is the way of many things.
yeah, especially
The
since
new
this
guy
last,
buys in and it's like, we don't need all those lines as long as we have the ones in
no.
downtown working.
What I should do is during the summer is cancel all my shit and just go off my antenna. Wintertime is kind of when I really like to
Yeah.
have. So I tried to watch the Doctor Who movies and couldn't do it.
Oh my God, yes.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't even know what network carries Doctor Who. I mean BBC, but
BBC, yeah.
the old used to be able to get some of the older ones
Hmm.
on YouTube, but they've pretty much cleaned those up and blocked those out by now. So
Yeah.
it was fun. It doesn't matter. The old ones are just as much fun as much fun or more than the new ones.
I never could get into the Doctor Who thing. I just, I guess
Well,
because I didn't start at
it's
the beginning and just go through it, and I would just catch random shows here and
no,
there.
it's what's the word? Not kinky, but it's
Andy says it's kinky.
classy. It it's a weird it's a kind of humor, but it's a weird sense of humor. If you either get it or you don't. Well,
Yeah.
you
I
just have
think
to take it.
the times that I caught Doctor Who was about the time I was going to go to sleep. So I just never paid much
Yeah.
attention to it after that. But
Okay, it's like what was that movie? I just saw a spot for it. Uh,
Andy's reading your
it was
mind.
like it was a parody. It was a parody of Star Trek with
Spaceballs? No,
no.
that's of Star Wars.
Oh my God. Well, hell, use the thinking box.
Yeah. That's what Google's for. Why does no one like Rumpole of the Bailey? I've never heard of it. I don't know.
Galaxy Quest.
Oh. Oh, that was with Tim Allen and
Yes.
yeah. Oh, yeah. That was funny because it was
Yes.
actually reality and they
Mhm.
didn't know that they had made that reality. Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah, that was a good show.
So, well, heck, on that, everybody get ready. Don't worry about the hurricane. Just get ready for the eclipse, the occurring. And I, boy, I do hope that the people in Apalachicola Bay have their waders on, because I have a feeling that storm surge going into that
Hmm.
bay is going to be really horrendous. So
Yeah.
prayers for all of them. And we will come back next week and I guess we'll talk about it.
Hmm.
Talk about whatever else is going off or whatever comes to mind. So thank you, Maria. It's been great. Thanks everybody for being here. And everybody have a good night. Bye-bye.